Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, it's like they want me to get mad. Long rant. Give me your stuffed toy, my child wants it. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. It's like they want me to get mad. Anyone else have this happen before? I can get yelled at and attacked, verbally, for no reason at all, or my parents just making up BS things to get mad at. Sometimes I close a door too loud. Not because I'm slamming it, sometimes it just happens, or I'm walking fast, or my momentum just causes me to pull the door in faster/harder than normal. Either way, they start spazzing out as if I'm pissed or something's wrong with me when it was completely unintentional. Same happens in any situation. If I do anything too aggressive or too loud, they start spazzing out as if there's something wrong with me. I could have a plate that makes a loud noise because it came into contact with another plate or the metal sink. In their mind, I did it on purpose. In reality, it was an accident. And to add on to all this, they know how to push the right, or wrong, buttons that sets me off. I'll try my hardest to react in as civil or calm away as I can. If they yell about something such as what I mentioned above, I'll be like it wasn't loud. It was an accident, and things like that, but they'll keep taking all the most personal shots and jabs at me, calling me a liar, waiting for that moment I get pissed, just so they can come back at me and start going on about how I'm the one being irrational. And if they have a hard day or week at work, or talk to one of my aunts or uncles and hears things they weren't too happy about, they won't get mad there, but it'll lead to being mad at me. My whole life. As a kid, I never knew how to deal with it. Nowadays, I'm at least old enough to attempt standing up for myself. All my co-workers who works with me sees me as a very nice and calm person, but in instances like this, I just get so mad at times but helpless at the same time. I could have written this myself. I could wash up a whole sink of their dishes, and if I miss one spot on one fork, they go mad. They go mad for stupid tiny things and never go mad at my sister. They constantly take out their bad mood on me by snapping at me. I've been the scapegoat out of my siblings my whole life. Nothing I do is good enough. Everything criticized. Stuff I didn't do is my fault. Trivial things, e.g., not putting a coat on the right hook. Make them flip out. I've tried to get out so many times, but I'm stuck here now due to this coronavirus crisis, and it's hell on earth. They're toxic. For some reason, I always take the heat. I understand you completely. Sometimes I wonder if me simply breathing annoys them. You're right in thinking they want you to get mad. Some parents are just too miserable, they have to drag everyone down with them. It's not your fault and never will be. Start standing up for yourself if you can, and good luck. This is like exactly what my house is like. I just had my mom go off the deep end because a stack of pans fell when I was moving them. Sorry Karen, I can't control gravity. Long rant. Okay, please tell me I'm not alone in this. This probably ends up being some therapy rant, but I digress. My whole life I've had to deal with moments every so often which just bother me so much. Most time things are fine, but the times they're not just bother me so much. In school, I used to be one of the top students in my class. I know what people are thinking, but no, not Asian parents or anything like that, or even ones who are even super educated. All my grades were at worst at the class average. If a class was tough and the class average was a C-, and I got a B, my parents would be like, that's no excuse, who cares about the class average? I care. It was a hard class with a tough teacher, clearly I did better than most. And many times I'd get grades like a minus and A, but because my siblings got better grades when they were my age, my parents would always just point to the negative here. After a while, it really took its toll on me. I wasn't going to school to learn or improve myself, I was simply just trying to get grades good enough for them to not give me some disappointment lecture. Eventually, I just gave up in caring what my grades were, as long as I passed, after realizing no matter if I got a 90 or a 70 in high school, that's not good enough. And life in general, I feel like I can never just be me. They always have certain standards of what they think people should act like, and anyone else who is different is weird. It's like being forced to look a certain way, act a certain way, eat a certain way, just drives me crazy, especially being someone who is very chill and laid back. I'm usually just a go-with-the-flow, sarcastic type of person, but they don't like it. I can even make simple jokes for one-liners and they act like I have a mental problem. One time I just jokingly did something like, "It's on your left." "Wait, I meant your other left," and they acted like something was seriously wrong with me, as if I don't know directions or they never heard the "your other left" line before. On top of all of it, I might have small moments every so often where I'm real happy or real depressed or mad, but that's more to do with my surroundings and maybe mental health reasons, not being bipolar or anything like that. Anyways, there are moments I'm feeling one way or the other, real happy or real mad/depressed, and they just get mad at me for that. It's okay to feel happy about things that genuinely make me happy, like the result of a sports game, and okay to be depressed about things which make me depressed, like if I'm going through things at work, but they just ignore all logic and reasoning. Doesn't help when at times they just take these personal jabs at me, which if anything is the cause for most of my quick, angry/depression episodes. And other times they'll honestly believe some completely fake stuff about me. They didn't come up with it on purpose, but they just misremember and write it off as complete fact. Could be something random like, "Since when did you not like ____?" Answer, "My entire life." Have you met me before? And worse, when they spread it to family members and people end up getting fake news about me simply because they can't remember things properly. You are not alone in dealing with this sort of behavior. It is rather commonplace, in fact, I would say. Parents want to see their children conform to whatever stereotypes/standards they have built for themselves and enforce them relentlessly and guilt trip you for not conforming. Hell, just a few days ago, I pointed out what seemed to me as hypocrisy on my mother's part and she blew up demanding I just shut up. Now, I am in my late 30s, married, living 400 kilometers away and with a good job. But she still tries to control what I think and mostly tell her. She never shied away from lecturing me about every freaking aspects of my life when I lived with my parents, with the argument that I would do and say as I pleased, once I did not live with them. Me moving away certainly did not stop her from trying to interfere in my life, though. So, score 1 for hypocrisy. In any case, try and find some alternate source of well-being. Your parents are not going to bring you happiness, so try and find other people to exchange with. One advice for everyone that have toxic parents: please don't change them. For the love of God, don't change them. They won't listen to you ever. One time when I confronted them about their toxic behavior, it escalated onto a shouting match for like hours and ended up with a guilt trip which doesn't affect me because I know it's not my fault. My sister also know they are toxic and just said to me to put up a facade and leave them when I can financially support myself, and my sister also plans to cut them off. I know it's gonna be difficult when I leave them, but I know it's gonna end my suffering, and it's gonna be worth it. Give me your stuffed toy, my child wants it. Hey guys, this is my first time posting here. After sharing this story on AITA, I thought I'd share it her as well. So, take a seat, it's a long drive. I apologize in advance for any spelling mistakes. English is not my first language, French is. I, 31F, regularly travel by bus to see my fiancé, who lives in France, until we settle down together next year. The problem is that I have a few psychological disorders that can complicate things, including schizophrenia, Tourette's, and social phobias, including a phobia of babies. So I never travel without my medication, a headset that insulates me from ambient noise, and a little stuffed animal. A little fox that helps me stay calm and manage my various crises, named Bidewheel. I can't learn to drive due to both my physical and mental health issues, not to mention it's way cheaper. But with every bus ride comes some adventures. Saturday was the day I'm going home with an 8-hour bus journey from Paris to Belgium ahead of me. I have everything I need. No big deal, I can do it. I thought. The problem for me is the presence of a toddler with her mother. A child's screams and cries are very hard for me to bear, but I thought the bab was just plain bored because she didn't have anything with her. No toys, no plushies, her mother was constantly on the phone. For a baby, it's a long time in her seat with nothing to do. So I just turned the volume up a little, being 3 rows behind the mother and her daughter, who was getting more and more agitated and is now screaming. From what I heard from other passengers, her diaper was full and her mother couldn't change it, even though the driver has assured her that if need be, he'll stop at the nearest freeway service area to allow the mother to give her daughter the necessary care. The child screamed and cried for more than 159 kilometers, around 98 miles, and her mother did nothing. Remember the fox stuffed animal? When I'm not stimmying with it or holding it, I put it in my t-shirt, so its head pops out. I took it with me to the bus toilet, not the most hygienic thing to do, I agree, but I needed it to not have a breakdown because of my anxiety, keep her in my t-shirt, and then put her on my belt until I'm back at my seat, walking past the mother and her screaming child, who started yelling as if she broke a bone or something. And honestly, even I, who was afraid of children, started to be worried. I took Bidewheel back in my hands, look out of the window, and the little girl's mother comes up to me and takes Bidewheel out of my hands, saying, "Can I have her?" The kid's got a crush on it and is having a fit. What? No? I answered the mother politely, and asked her if she'd be willing to give up her child's stuffed toy to calm someone else's tantrum, or even tears. She says, no, of course not. But she wants it and she's not going to stop crying until she gets it. It's okay, you can buy another one. I reached for Bidewheel, she clenches her fingers on it, I heard a creak and feared it's damaged. Rising in anger and anxiety, I get up from my seat, telling her that if she wasn't capable of handling an 8-hour journey with her toddler on a bus, she should think again, reminding her of what the driver had said. So I took my plushie back, telling her that she just had to organize herself better and not think that as soon as her daughter points at something while crying, she's going to get it, especially if it belongs to someone. Even more so if it belongs to someone with mental disorders. She called me a racist and a effing goth, due to my clothing style, and went back to her seat. What a way to get back home, I would have asked her why she had a child, since it is very obvious that she does not have a clue how to care for it. Especially with a dirty diaper that she can't even take a moment to change to make the child stop crying. I pretend I'm deaf. I know ASL, so I just sign some shit and cuddle my plushie. My blue bunny has visited Ireland and all over the USA. He's not for sale. He's so cute, a great companion. You were 100% correct with this woman, the sheer level of entitlement. Well, no, I wouldn't give someone my child's plushie, but other people should do it because I say so. Okay, lady. Also, if the driver is offering to stop so you can change your child's diaper, you take him up on it. What is wrong with this woman? Several hours with a dirty diaper? We're approaching child neglect here. I'd obviously need to see some local laws, but come on. I can't even be mad at the kid here. That's very uncomfortable and could start skin rashes and an infection. Who doesn't bring diapers on an 8-hour bus ride? Good on you for standing your ground. You were responsible and brought all your travel needs. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.